All right, welcome to News 6 Extra. I am Christopher Heath. It is Wednesday, August the 27th. I am sitting back here in the big chair because technical reasons, wires got crossed, ones and zeros, the usual stuff. But Kathleen is here. She's off to my right. Stage left, but off to my right. And, but she'll chime in off camera. There she is. There we go. See? For anyone that was wondering, she's alive, doing well, just we're a microphone down today. So you'll be flying solo with me. Well, solo, so to speak, because we do have Candace with the weather. Here it is.
It is going to be the driest day of the week across Central Florida for your Wednesday, with rain chances down to about 30% throughout the afternoon and into the evening hours. Now, as we head into Thursday and Friday, we're going to gradually transition back to a more typical setup, but a much better chance for rain, more cloud cover, even slightly cooler temperatures because of the combination of rain and cloud cover for the holiday weekend, unfortunately. So while that is going to be another threat, what is not a concern is the tropics. As we continue to watch Tropical Storm Fernan still out in the northern Atlantic, will remain out to sea as it kind of falls apart over the next couple of days. Back here at home, again, the big story is going to be how dry the air is going to be this afternoon. As we watch this cold front continue to make its way further south into Central Florida, that is really going to allow that dry air to settle in. Now, it's some dry air, not bone dry conditions. There will still be some moisture in place that could help fuel a couple more scattered showers and thunderstorms, but I do see the coverage overall being much more isolated than it has been for the past couple of days. So as we take it here hour by hour for your Wednesday, 92 is our high this afternoon. Notice rain chances at best about 30, maybe 40% in some locations, but again, very isolated in nature. And that's really going to be the story really all across Central Florida with your coverage at only about 30 to 40%. So as you check your Futurecast models here, the latest model run still picking up some rain across our far southern zones this afternoon as that front continues to make its way further south. We will be dodging some heavy downpours still as we head into the afternoon by about 7 to 8 o'clock, and then we're going to start seeing the rain and moisture start surging back into the area by Thursday afternoon, Friday afternoon as well. So again, as we continue into the holiday weekend, we're watching not only the cold front that's overhead start to retreat back north, but there's now a secondary system that's going to reinforce that moisture as we head into the next couple of days. You can see how much more activity starts firing up each afternoon on Saturday, then again on Sunday. Now, this forecast could fluctuate a little bit, all depending on where that low actually develops. If it's closer to us, we'll see rainier conditions. If it's farther away, we might dry out a little more than that 70%. But in the meantime, notice how quickly rain chances ramp right back up by the holiday weekend, even into your Labor Day. But with the enhanced cloud cover and rain coverage, temperatures at least are going to be staying a few degrees below average for the holiday in the upper 80s. Now to get results here, their full 7-day forecast. Of course, all eyes remain on the holiday weekend. Looks pretty dicey with most of the rain expected throughout the afternoon.
And we go now to some breaking news out of Minnesota, and unfortunately, 25 years in this business, never gets easier to report these kinds of things. We've had yet another school shooting, and children are dead. 2 kids killed in Minnesota. They were quite literally in church praying. It's the first day of school up there at a Catholic church, and the room was filled with teachers and faculty and students in praying for their morning mass. And a gunman walked up to the side of the church and opened fire from outside, shooting in through the windows with a rifle, striking almost 20 people, including children, killing 2 children. He then used a handgun and took his own life. We're going to obviously follow the latest developments on this as more information comes out, but we've heard from the mayor of Minneapolis, and we've also heard from the chief of police about this school shooting. The first day of school at a Catholic church, kids quite literally in the sanctuary
testing.
praying and killed. Well, back here at home in Ormond Beach, a church/school is facing some allegations and an investigation from the Ormond Beach Police Department as it investigates what has been called abuse allegations dating back decades. Angie Casada reports.
I'm Angie Casada, your Volusia County community correspondent, where police say they opened an investigation into a decades-long abuse allegations here at River Bend Academy, as well as Community Church. Now, we know the claims involve both the church and the school, but details are limited. Detectives say they're trying to find out if there are still victims today. Police say they started their criminal investigation on August 18th. Detectives tell us the allegations go back to the early 2000s, but they're trying to figure out if any abuse is still happening. Chief Jesse Godfrey put out a statement saying his department is taking these allegations very seriously and that they're committed to supporting potential victims, all while making sure the investigation is thorough and impartial. Late Tuesday, church leaders released a statement of their own. They said they were unaware of the allegations until now, calling them egregious sin in our church's past, and wrote, "We grieve for all who have been abused in any way. We condemn abuse and stand against any actions to conceal sin." The church also runs Riverbend Academy, a school that teaches kindergarten through 12th grade students. The elders here say they want to listen to anyone who wants to come forward. Meanwhile, police say this investigation is still active and they're urging any potential victims to come forward directly to detectives. Reporting in Ormond Beach, I'm your Volusia County community correspondent, Angie Casada, News 6.
All right, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to News 6 Extra. I am Christopher Heath. Now, here's an interesting story from News 6 investigative producer Erica Berguglio. It came into us as a tip, and what it was is a house where the owner of the house has passed away. The electricity's been shut off to the house, the water's been shut off. Yet somebody is apparently living there. It's racking up fines for code violations, and the people that live in the area really can't get answers. So they reached out to Erica to say, what is going on at this house? And Erica went to go try and get some answers.
A quiet neighborhood where she could see a future. That's why Elizabeth Thornton says she moved to Lockhart 5 years ago. But then things changed.
Everything just went downhill.
Thornton's frustration began 2 years ago when her neighbor, who used to live in this house, died. She says it suddenly became an eyesore.
I noticed a lot of trash being accumulated underneath the carport. I noticed several strange people coming in and out of the property, and it just grew and grew and grew. And different cars would come park overnight. So much different types of traffic. I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to know that this was an unhealthy type of environment.
Orange County Code Enforcement put this sticker on the window after finding multiple code violations. News 6 investigated, discovering those violations are because the property does not have any power or running water. Since those violations were not addressed, the case went to a special magistrate in May. According to county documents, the homeowner was given 15 days to fix those violations or face a fine of $1,000 per day. Those fines now totaling more than $90,000.
The homeowner is deceased. Who is paying the $1,000 a day?
When we asked Orange County that very question, we were told the next step is a lien on the property. According to court documents obtained by News 6, the home is facing foreclosure. In the meantime, Orange County says staff monitor the property, but Orange County government does not have the authority to force the people staying there to leave.
News 6 reached out to the Orange County Sheriff's Office. We're told deputies have responded to this property several times.
We found out deputies were called to the property more than 20 times in the last 2 years. Most of those calls were for a suspicious incident. The sheriff's office says it appears the occupants have permission to stay on the property. News 6 asked who gave them permission to be there. The sheriff's office did not answer that question, but says deputies are actively patrolling and monitoring activity in the Lockhart area.
You don't feel safe?
I don't feel safe in my own home.
In Orange County, Erica Bergoglio, News 6.
So, as is so often the case when it comes to medications, they're usually designed and they're researched for one specific reason. I think most people are aware that the little blue pill Viagra was not originally intended for what we now use it for commonly. It was for heart problems, but they discovered it did other things. The same is true for the GLP-1 drugs. Ozempic is probably the most famous of them all. They weren't exactly designed for weight loss, but one of the side effects is as people have taken these to try and deal with their blood sugar, they've discovered they lose weight. And so it's become very common for celebrities and everyone else to use these drugs to try and shed a few pounds. In fact, restaurants have now taken notice and have now what they call Ozempic menus. Jared Hill has this report.
The meatballs are the hottest thing on the menu at Tucci Restaurant.
My grandmother's. They're the best meatballs in New York.
But earlier this year, owner Max Tucci said he noticed some customers not clearing their plates.
People came in and said, I can't finish all this, I want something smaller?
At first, they were very shy about saying they were on Ozempic. Now they're like, I'm on Ozempic. Can I have one meatball instead of 3?
As diners became more open about using GLP-1 weight loss medication, Tucci downsized some menu items.
Now let's do 1 instead of 3.
What we're seeing is that people are eating differently.
It's not just about smaller portions. Sherry Frey with consumer research firm Nielsen IQ says their studies show GLP-1 users moving away from foods in the junk food category and toward choices touting fiber, gut health, soothing digestion, hydration, and protein.
They're definitely driving a lot of the trends we're seeing around muscle health in particular.
The food industry is responding. Last year, Nestle launched a GLP-1 focused frozen food line. Meal delivery company Cook Unity is marketing GLP-1 balanced meals. On store shelves, redesigned packaging highlights in-demand nutrients and resealable containers.
The consumer may still want a sweet, but they want a little bit less.
In 2024, about 1 in 8 American adults said they'd tried GLP-1s, according to a Kaiser Family Foundation survey. 6% were actively using the medication.
GLP-1s helped me lose 31 pounds.
In late August, tennis superstar Serena Williams became the latest big name to open up. At Tucci, they're embracing offering smaller portions.
The win-win where we're not throwing food out, our client is happy.
Serving up the taste with less food waste. Jared Hill, CBS News, New York.
So it's moments like this where it's probably a blessing that Kathleen is not on the broadcast with me, because during the package, she leans over and she's like, I had no idea about the Viagra thing. And I was like, oh, yeah. And probably, made some comments referencing what it is that those pills do. And so anyway, it's a good thing that that was not broadcast out across the interwebs. As far as like the GLP-1 thing, I mean, listen, whatever you can do to try and stay healthy, to lose some weight. I remember when Atkins was all the craze and restaurants were trying to do high protein stuff there, and Ooh, man, back in like the 80s, it was all about like getting rid of sugars and stuff. And, there's always something. But listen, if whatever you can do to try and stay healthy, at the end of the day, it comes down to eating right, trying to get some good sleep, drinking plenty of water, getting some exercise. And you know what? If you need a little boost or a little something to get you across the finish line or to get that process started, go for it. Your health is your body, all of it. It's the greatest thing you own. So take good care of it. All right. One of the ways you can take care of it is to win the Powerball. I mean, think about it. You can buy all the exercise equipment you want, hire a personal chef, hire 2 personal chefs, one to keep your first chef in line. You got to keep an eye on them. The drawing is up to $850 million. It's a lot of cash right there. And of course, we always say, well, you don't get it all. You'd have to pay taxes on it. You're still going to be left with quite a bit of money. And as Stephanie Rodriguez reports, people they're purchasing those tickets and hoping to cash in big time.
It's time to play America's favorite jackpot game. This is Powerball. Why do you play the lottery?
Because I have dreams, and dreams do come true. If you don't play, then, how can they come true?
The chance of the Powerball specifically is like 1 in 292.2 million. And do you think you could be that lucky winner?
Yes, for sure. Like I said, dreams do come true, and I play because I've had dreams. So we'll see what happens.
Big dreams and big plans. That's how people playing the Powerball felt in Central Florida, getting what could be a winning ticket. What would winning the Powerball mean to you?
It's life-changing. Allowed me to retire early and definitely do more traveling.
After Monday's jackpot rolled over, the grand prize went up, now the 7th largest in game history. When you see that number there, 815 million, what does that do for you?
Very life-changing. Not only changed my life, changed the life of others.
It's the ticket. That's a winner. I hope it's a winner.
We'll know if Stephanie, and I'm assuming her photographer Charles, won the Powerball because they will not be at work tomorrow. I've often said if I don't play the lottery, so it'd be hard for me to win, but let's just say I decided to buy a ticket and I actually won. I wouldn't quit this job. I would continue to come to work every single day. I would become very difficult to deal with. My coworkers would probably petition to have me fired, but I would not stop showing up, even with that money. So, yeah, but we'll see. All right, and I would be remiss if I didn't say the drawing is here on News 6, so you can tune in this evening and see the Powerball drawing and see if you win. If not, obviously the money rolls over and it will creep ever closer towards $1 billion. A lot of coin. All righty. Well, this is all about the time we've got for today. So I want to say thank you, of course, to Kathleen off to my right here there she is. There she is. Thank you, Kathleen, for putting the show together. Thank you to Candace for the weather. And, of course, thank you for watching. We'll be back here tomorrow at 12:30 to do this all over again. Of course, we break news all the time on News 6 on clickorlando.com. And we'll be on the air today starting at 4 o'clock. Have a great Wednesday. Bye.